Hi everyone. Welcome to the new Would You Rather, the 46th video so far, and also the first video back on Tuesday nights ever since the whole thing with Pina on Gacha Resort is officially done. And speaking of, well, after all the do-overs that I had to do on Gacha Resort, the new Would You Rather is finally back on Tuesday nights. And speaking of Tuesday nights, well, speaking of do-overs, actually, there is, I want to let you guys know that next week, one more do-over, because next Tuesday night is May 9th, and you want to know what, and May 9th marks 1 year since doing the Gacha Resort series. So, I want to do that one important and special Gacha Resort do-over next Tuesday because to celebrate 1 year of starting the Gacha Resort series. So, if it's alright with you guys, stay tuned next week. And alright, let's get started. I already wasted 2 minutes. 10:30, top 5 choices. Let's get started. Start with our first choice. Would you rather write a 10-page paper or complete 50 math problems? A 10-page paper. 33% says they'd rather write a 10-page paper. 67% says they'd rather write a complete 50 math problems. I mean, I am good at writing. I am good at completing 50 math problems. That's probably not going to be a challenge. But I'm much rather satisfied with, well, writing a 10-page paper would be quite a walk in the park. Yeah, it's gonna be painful. Why did I choose that? Next. Would you rather have everybody stare awkwardly or have everyone look away in disgust? I'd rather have everyone stare at me awkwardly. 75% says they'd rather have everybody stare awkwardly. 25% says they'd rather have everyone look away in disgust. Like, you would rather have everyone look away in disgust and like, ew, who the heck is this person? Keep him away from me. Yeah, I get awkward looks. Like, who is this guy? I've been getting that much. Like, who the heck is this guy? Huh? I don't know. Would you rather everything you eat be blended into a milkshake? Ew. Or always have to have at least 8 layers of clothing on? Eight layers. Oh wow. 65% says they'd rather have everything they eat be blended into a milkshake. And 35% says they'd rather always have to have at least 8 layers of clothing on. Oh, you like juice it? Oh. Or into a smoothie or some crap? Come on. You wouldn't want whatever food you eat be blended into a freaking milkshake. Or a smoothie. Or juiced. That's worse. 8 layers of clothing on. Try not to suffocate when doing so. Would you rather have permanently wet hair or have absolutely no body hair? No body hair. Oh, wow. 41% says they'd rather have absolutely... Well, 41% says they'd rather have permanently wet hair. And 59% says they'd rather have absolutely no body hair. Honestly, it would be nice if I just had no body hair at all. My arms, my arms, my arms, my body, my head, even my armpits. Speaking of my armpits, I shaved the hairs off my armpits days ago. Next, would you rather? Okay, anyway. Would you rather have 10 brothers or 10 sisters? 10 brothers. 58% says they rather have 10 brothers and 42% says they rather have 10 sisters. Well, it would be worth it if I had 10 brothers. And then in that way it would be called a brotherhood. I have 2 brothers right now, one stepbrother and a sister. But having 10 sisters in your life, you probably haven't found your level in life if you had 10 sisters. But it is what it is. Next. Oh wait, what time is it? Ooh, one more. Would you rather be handcuffed to a stranger for a year or work your current job unpaid for a year? What? 52% says they'd rather be handcuffed to a stranger for a year. And 48% says they'd rather work their current job unpaid for a year. Yeah, you wouldn't want that. You can't have a job if you don't get paid. No pay, no job. And you just quit instantly. Alright, it's 10:30. It's time for the top 5 choices. Being handcuffed to a stranger, your life is screwed. Alright, now time for the top 5 choices. Number 5. Would you rather sleep without a pillow or sleep without a blanket? Blanket. Oh, wow. 76% says they'd rather sleep with no pillow, and 24% says they'd rather sleep with no blanket. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with sleeping with no blanket because I take naps after 4 hours at work every Thursday and Friday. But sleeping with no pillow, good luck trying. You're gonna need to find support at some point. Number 4. Would you rather die from dehydration or die from starvation? I guess dehydration? Wow, 53% says they'd rather die from dehydration and 47% says they'd rather die from starvation. I mean, if anyone is to die from starvation, they would die from starvation by being abused or enslaved. Same goes with dehydration. You don't want to live in a family where you just just starve forever and just constantly die. Including dehydration. That's way worse. Number 3. Would you rather have horrible... short-term memory or have a horrible long-term memory? Well, it hurts. I guess short-term memory. 48% says they'd rather have horrible short-term memory. 52% says they'd rather have horrible long-term memory. Well, take my grandmother, for example. She has dementia, which is far beyond horrible short... Well, she has far beyond horrible no-term memory. That's what she has. Horrible no-term memory. That's what dementia is. But horrible long-term memory? I don't know about that. I guess that's dementia, but in a totally different direction. I don't know. Something like that. Number 2. Would you rather lose your best friend or lose a member of your family? I guess lose your best friend. Oh wow, 69% says they'd rather lose their best friend and 31% says they'd rather lose as a member of their family. Well, to be honest, we don't lie when we say we have friends in high places. That's just something, that's not what we just don't say every day. And we don't mean that sarcastically. And losing a member of your family, it hits hard. It hits close to home. You don't want that on your life. Okay. And now, it is now time for the number 1 choice. You ready? Number 1. Would you rather be hysterically funny or be absolutely beautiful? Wow. That's a tough one. I guess hysterically funny. Oh wow. 42% says they'd rather be hysterically funny, and 58% says they'd rather be absolutely beautiful. Well, I guess I'm beautiful and I'm absolutely beautiful in white glasses. What a 24-year-old man can't be absolutely beautiful, but I can be hysterically funny. I have a frick ton of humor in me. I'm wearing white gold. I'm wearing white pants, white glasses, and a golden LA Lakers shirt. That's because the Lakers are playing tonight. I can beat both those things. Alright. Enough's enough. That is it for the new Would You Rather. The 46th video so far. And finally back on Tuesday nights ever since doing all those do-over videos against Pina on Gacha Resort. Alright, like I said, next week is going to be a important special do-over video because next week marks one year since starting the Gacha Resort series. And stay tuned for Vocal Wednesday. You know, SMG4, hopefully SML, Jules Fantasy, and Gacha Memories. So yeah, stay tuned for those. And good night.